Welcome to Good to Know. In this video, we're breaking down the fascinating and often controversial history of tariffs in the United States in just 6 minutes. From the founding fathers to modern trade wars, tariffs have played a major role in shaping America's economy and politics. Let's start with the basics. A tariff is a tax placed on imported goods. It's a tool governments use to either raise revenue or protect local industries from foreign competition. Tariffs can also be used to influence international trade policy, and they often come with serious political consequences. America's tariff story begins in 1789. That's when the very first U.S. tariff law was passed, not to protect businesses, but to generate money for the brand new federal government. Still, even in these early days, tariffs served a dual purpose. They helped raise funds and gave a little boost to American manufacturing. Not surprisingly, they were more popular in the North, where industry was growing, and less welcomed in the agrarian South. Fast forward to 1828, and tariffs explode into a national controversy. The Tariff of Abominations, as its critics called it, raised duties to historically high levels, some above 60%. The South was outraged. South Carolina, in particular, claimed the tariff was unconstitutional. This led to the nullification crisis, where Vice President John C. Calhoun argued that states should be able to reject federal laws they disagreed with. The crisis nearly tore the country apart. During the Civil War, tariffs were raised again, this time to help fund the Union War effort. The North, full of factories and industry, supported high tariffs because they protected local businesses. But the South, which relied on imported goods and foreign markets, continued to resist. Even after the war, tariffs remained high for decades, protecting American industries as the country industrialized. By the late 1800s, the U.S. was fully embracing protectionism. High tariffs during the Gilded Age shielded American companies from European competitors. One of the most famous examples was the McKinley Tariff of 1890, which raised rates even further. Supporters claimed it protected American jobs. Critics argued it raised consumer prices and hurt farmers who depended on trade. In 1913, the U.S. finally began shifting away from tariffs as its main source of income. President Woodrow Wilson signed the Underwood Tariff Act, which significantly lowered import taxes. But to make up for the lost revenue, the government introduced a new idea: the federal income tax. This was a turning point in U.S. economic history. Then came one of the most infamous tariff laws of all time, the Smoot-Hawley Tariff Act of 1930. Passed during the early years of the Great Depression, it imposed massive tariffs on over 20,000 imported goods. Other countries retaliated with tariffs of their own, and international trade collapsed. Many historians believe it made the Great Depression much worse, and it remains a cautionary tale to this day. After World War II, the U.S. helped lead the global push for lower tariffs and free trade. It joined international agreements like GATT, the General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade, and later the World Trade Organization. The focus shifted from protectionism to cooperation, and tariffs were gradually reduced. Agreements like NAFTA, signed in the 1990s, reflected this new era of globalization. But tariffs never truly went away. In 2018, President Donald Trump reignited debate by imposing new tariffs on goods from China, triggering a U.S.-China trade war. These tariffs were meant to protect American industries and counter unfair trade practices. But they also raised prices for American consumers and created uncertainty for businesses. Tariffs, once again, became a political lightning rod. Today, tariffs remain part of America's economic strategy. They're used to protect specific industries, enforce trade rules, or respond to global tensions. But they come with trade-offs. While they can support jobs at home, they can also lead to higher prices and strained international relationships. The debate between free trade and fair trade is far from over. So why study the history of tariffs? Because they've shaped everything from the Civil War to modern elections. They're not just taxes, they're powerful tools that reflect deeper conflicts over jobs, fairness, and America's place in the world. Understanding tariffs helps us understand American history and the choices we face today. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more quick dives into history, economics, and current events. This is good to know where knowledge meets curiosity.